Hi everybody, it's Kathy here and I am thrilled you've come to my channel to see what I've been up to. Today we are building bases for All About That Base. That is going to be a hop happening in November. So I've pulled together all of my scraps that are lying around on my table and I have created 4 different bases for you today. The first one is a base with fishtails and I am cutting these banners out of this large piece that I have. And it is going over to the right hand side, and with the piece that I cut out on the banner I'm going to attach it here to the right to be an anchor point, probably for a cluster, maybe for a title, but I've just decided that I'm not going to waste that triangle and I'm actually going to put it into this layout. I was working on this layout, and as I've been watching the video go back and play, there's an optical illusion and I wonder if you can pick it up. I do as I'm doing it, and then I'm thinking that I know that I've done it properly and I know that I've cut these straight, yet the optical illusion gives this weird effect to the layout. So I have this paper here that has like a metallic strip down the center and in the colors that are complementary to the geometric pattern here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to cut some diagonal banner tags into these, and I'm actually going to layer them over the top of that fishtail banner just for something different. And I succumbed. I went to the white base. I have got a white base on a few of these ones today, but I am sure that there will be colour that emerges when I actually do it. So I did see there that I didn't put it down straight, so I fixed it up. Now this is an optical illusion. As I said, if you have a look at that silver line, it's actually straight, but when you look at it from a distance, it looks like this is now crooked. So I fixed it multiple times and it is just an optical illusion, which is very bizarre. But when I finish up my layout, when I decide what's going to go on it, I'm hoping that that is actually corrected and we don't get that crazy optical illusion drawing your eye to it. So I'm not sure what will happen here. I do love the colours. These have become a bit of a favourite at the moment, as you can see, obviously, with all my scraps being in these colours. And I'm dragging these together to create a very simple tag. This is a great way to do a layout with strips. You can just layer them up on top of each other. As I said, this is a very crazy optical illusion. I do not know why it looks like it's crooked, but it does. But when you actually look at the layout up close itself, it's fine. It's a very strange thing. It's a phenomenon. I don't know. I can't explain it to you. So I am now layering it up. I have got an odd number here. There is 5 of them on top of each other here, one with the gigantic one and then 5 overlapping. And that's drawing your eye into this layout. See, that yellow one, I keep thinking it's wrong, but it's actually not. I then also have decided that I need to have an anchor point on this triangle so that it's not just sitting there hanging in space for no reason. So I'm going to put in a strip down the side here with the triangular shape to draw your eye to it. But then I'm also going to have an overlapping strip here, which I will then complement across the top of those tags over to the right with another strip of that blue and teal coloured stripe there so that it all blends together. And I'm just going to cut down a strip and put it there like I said, and that will anchor all of that part of the page together. And then we will sit back and we will wait and see what happens in November when I find the photos that I'm going to use on this later. So I am already drawing in a messy border because I know I'm going to do that anyway. It's a given. You all know I can't cope with a plain white background. So I'm just doing a messy border, putting in some hashtags there to look like some jagged stitching around it, and there's layout number 1. Quick, simple, just strips of paper and a fishtail banner. See, I told you these colours were very popular at the moment with me, and so this time I have a leftover frame which I have cut to use on one layer, and this is what's left for it for another one. And I'm going to edge this piece here, and from there I'm going to go with the traditional horizontal belly bands across the page. But this paper here has a little bit where I've fussy cut out a flower, so I'm going to just trim off that odd edge there. And then I'm going to cut it up so it fits on the page inside that border. I'm going to run a horizontal band. Can't go wrong with a horizontal band on a page. And then with this dotted paper, which looks like faux stitching in a cross patch type of effect, I'm going to halve it so that it can top and tail the bottom of this band and tie that nicely together, and so that it doesn't look like there's just this strip of paper hanging in the middle of the page. So this one with it top and bottom, that's nice and evened out now, and you can see that's going to lend itself to lots of different things. Now I have this yellow piece which ties in with those yellow flowers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these circles and then I'm going to cut them in half. And because they are in the gingham, it's really easy, and it's a rustic gingham, it's not a straight gingham. I can cut along the line to give that nice even edge to this circle. And I have odd half circles here, so I've got 5, and I'm just going to layer those into the white empty space on this layout to create a visual effect across like floating circles, floating lights in the garden. Who knows what, as I said, who knows what runs through my head when I'm working on these layouts. I'm not sure. It's a bit creative and it's a bit freedom really, not having photos, because I always start with my photos, and this is just like letting me go, well, what am I going to do with these? Where am I going to put it? How am I going to make this work? And so I'm just maneuvering that across there, and I'm tying this one in there. So as you can see, I now have this very effective background with the horizontal strips and the circles. This one, I'm going for the triangles for a win. So I have this page, and I actually contemplated using that other side with the nature on it, but the triangles win. And I'm going to cut out a strip of them there, because originally I thought I'd cut a strip from there and I'd cut a strip from the paper that I'm just putting at the top, and then I'd have them complementary on both sides. But as I looked at it, I thought, no, that's not really something that I would work with, not something that I could see myself creating a layout with. So I'm just putting down this one here as my base, and then I'm layering over the top with the triangles, and so that goes there. Now I don't want that edge just being raw there, so I'm going to probably work something. Now I could do anything when I'm doing the layout. I could do ribbon, I could do bling, I could do Nuvo, I could do stenciling, I'm not sure, I could do faux stitching, but in the end I actually decide that I like the other side of this diamond paper here, and I'm going to use it because it's like a bit of a nature sort of thing with a bit of it's a Tim Holtz strip, so it's got that vintagey feel to it. And then with this strip with the triangles, I thought, well, you know what, I'm not going to have it as another strip. What I will do is I'm going to cut out the triangles. And so across the top here, I am just going to layer those triangles across the edge, put them down so that they go edge to edge, and I'm just going to run them across the top of the layout, or it could be the bottom, depending which way I put it when I do it, or it could even be the side. That's the beauty of this type of layout preparation. You can change it and manipulate it any direction you like, because there really is no direction except for the pattern, and because this is geometric, this pattern, it could run either way. And then I'm going to use the last of them to top across this nature strip here, and I'm going to balance it with the 2 lighter shades on the outside and work my way in. Now they won't go all the way across, but that's okay, because maybe a photo or 2 will sit there, maybe some embellishment clusters or a title, but it will all work out, I'm sure, when I sit down and work on a layout for this one. So there you can see how I've used the triangles to build that one. Now for my last base in this set of bases, I'm using that beautiful paper there. You can see I have that left over from a layout that I've done previously. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 strips of that film strip with the beautiful flowers and the Doppler effect. And then I have this royal purple that's also obviously from that same paper range that I had used in the previous layout. And I'm going to set up like a photo area ready to go. So I've cut it exactly to be 6.5 by 4.5 so that I can still mount a photo to be on it to lift it off this busy, deep, rich colour, but also create that extra thing. And I'm actually thinking this one might end up as a wedding layout because it's the colours of my daughter's wedding collection. So perhaps that may be some photos that may end up on this one. And I'm actually liking how this is coming together. I'm using the other strip that I had there that is a double-sided page that I'm going to create a contrasting layering in behind this photo mat just for some interest. I still have the white there, so that may be where the embellishments go, where the title goes. I may go with the white. I may yet stencil up, may ink it up. I'm not too sure, but I actually do like how this is turning out. And I'm just putting in this double layering here just to add some interest to that photo mat. Don't forget to check back in November to see how these all turn into full layouts. Remember, I'm playing along with Ginger at Ginger's Corners. All her details will be down below. The playlist for all of these wonderful things that people are creating will also be down in the playlist below. Thanks for hanging out to the end. YouTube wants to know that you like my stuff. Give me a thumbs up. Happy scrapping till next time. Here's my next recommendation for you. See you soon.